Well, Gary, we may be it. We may be the only thing live in Kalamazoo on the 4th of July. Oh, well. Good morning and welcome to Nature Watch. Nature Watch is sponsored by Waddell's Nursery, Floral Garden, and Bird Center at the corner of 12th Street and Millam Road. And now your host of Nature Watch, it's Gary Miller. Happy 4th of July,
yes.
Sir.
Happy 4th of July, everyone.
And we are here. We are live. And it's not every day that here in the Kalamazoo area you get a tree down on a freeway.
No. So, yeah, the storms yesterday.
Wow.
It was quite the roar of the wind coming in when that front first hit. I was actually outside at Waddell's watching the sky to see if there was any rotation, just because I'm the weather geek I am.
Yes, you are. And that's why we get along so well.
Didn't see any rotation, but I will tell you, after that wind, it was quite a roar for, I'm going to say about 5-6 minutes or so. We could hear that wind coming.
Okay.
And when it hit, I was like, oh my goodness. And then even after it had lessened somewhat, there were still leaves flying out of the trees that the wind had knocked loose, and they were just, floating in the air. Kalamazoo Airport posted that they recorded a 79-mile-an-hour wind.
Yeah, I saw that. And, and here, I'm sitting over, yes, I was sitting over at the hockey bar. I was, having an iced tea, and I was close to having to run over to the station just in case there was rotation and a tornado warning was issued. But I'm just like, okay, we have some wind here, and then I see the post on Facebook, 79 miles an hour. I'm like, where? What?
I know when the warning came through for the thunderstorm, severe thunderstorm warning, the warning actually had in it that there was possibly up to 80-mile-an-hour winds. They were almost right on.
They were. We'll consider that right on.
But wow, and it was nice to get some rain finally. Though I will say I didn't have a whole lot at my house yet when I got home. Finally, it was quite the adventure getting home. I had at one point on 12th Street, north of U Avenue, that I had to put the truck in four-wheel drive to go off the road to go around a tree in the road. I had to dodge numerous branches in. And I still did not have a whole lot of rain then, but it was more rain than I had all week previous to that, because up until that rain came yesterday afternoon, I had a total of, if I total my two rain gauges up, one of the rain gauges had a total of 2 drops, and the other one had a total of 5 drops. That was all I had all week until yesterday afternoon, evening. And all that rain yesterday afternoon, evening, and overnight, I had 1.9 inches in my rain gauges this morning. So a lot of rain came. There are some puddles, not very many, considering almost 2 inches of rain. So that tells me that the ground was still really dry, which I was aware of. And the ground soaked up a lot of that water, even though it came hard, because it washed a little bit, and some of it ran off, but a lot of it just soaked in the ground because the ground was thirsty. And So with weather, it looks like we're going to have maybe some more seasonal, a little more comfortable temperatures in the next couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
In the 80s, and then maybe down in the low 60s to mid to low 60s, even upper 50s, and some maybe next week or so.
Yeah, we're setting off fireworks over it.
So we've got.
Yes, I brought sound effects.
The humidity might be a little less too, so it should be good, because I know the Michigan Storm Chasers, we talked about their muggy meter last week, and they had posted that we were going to be in the deodorant won't work category.
Yeah.
Earlier this week, they revised that to that we were in the category of just no.
Yeah. Actually, I like this one. Air you can chew.
Yes. Uncomfortable. I had a friend that posted me the other day, and we were going to get together later, families get together later this afternoon, and I said, well, if I don't melt. And he said, yes, it's been brutal.
Yeah. It's not too often you find a fireworks show at 8:30 in the morning. I found one.
No.
God bless you, too.
So actually, it was fun this week, because we had a guest stop in. Actually, she was shopping, and I happened to talk to her a little bit, and it was Kyle Larson's boss, Ellen Baca, stopped in at Waddell's earlier this week.
Oh, really?
And so I had a nice little chat with her.
Oh, cool.
So
Lucky you, yeah.
So that was fun.
Did you mention our show?
I did by chance, and we may do is reach out to Ellen. She's going to send me an email here, so we may reach out to Ellen and see if we can get Ellen or Kyle maybe live at one of these shows. And,
yeah, exactly.
And have them link in. because we've had Michigan Storm Chasers on and plan to have them on again. So,
Well, you know something about Ellen. She's a balloonist.
yes.
Yeah.
And she was down visiting her parents, so that's why she was down this way.
Okay.
And, it was fun to see her. Nice to chat with her. We talked a little bit about the weather. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah. Hello.
But so some observations this last week, besides all the storms yesterday. Last Sunday, I saw something unique. We were going over to the east side of the state for a memorial service for our celebration of life for a family friend. And I saw a red-tailed hawk sitting on a fence post. Now, you think about that, that's quite low to the ground. Typically, they're sitting on power poles or trees, something up elevated much more, sometimes on center pivots even, that they can see. Apparently, this hawk, it looked like it was a mature adult, must have had some luck hunting from the fence post because it was sitting there. So I think it'd be concerned a little bit about foxes or coyote or something else trying to get it.
Okay.
And we had some, actually the sunset on Tuesday was potentially going to be quite showy. It was actually showy just before sunset, and the sky was quite bright. And actually just after sunset, we're very bright. We didn't have a lot of color because we had some Saharan dust that came through.
Uh-huh.
And,
I recall. I remember that.
So it...
Did anyone, I wonder, see any nice sunsets out of that dust?
We did not, because actually I made a point of my wife and I actually went and checked several times and watched for a while. It was actually this real nice bright glow just after sunset, more bright than typical, and but not a whole lot of color. I was hoping there would be a lot of color because sometimes those dust storms drive that. And then earlier this week, Michigan Storm Chasers, sort of appropriate for the weather, from yesterday and overnight, posted a photo of a tree up in Gaylord that got struck by lightning earlier this week. And a tree had just exploded. It was by a parking lot. And they said, this is why we say to go inside when there's a thunderstorm.
Yeah.
So a little mishap on Wednesday. I had Wednesday off, and before it got really hot, I decided we needed to mow part of the lawn Wednesday morning. And I happened to nudge, not hit, but just nudge barely, a wooden post that we had a bluebird house on. The post was there when we moved in 34 years ago.
Okay.
I barely nudged it, and the post went timber and fell over. And I felt sorry for the bluebirds. I don't think they had any fledglings in there. In fact, I didn't have any fledglings in there because I checked. And but they've been living in there because I made another round in the yard, and the male was flying around there looking at the house and trying to figure out what's going on. So I set it back upright and after I put a metal fence post in, and I wired the wooden post to that so it's upright for now, and the bluebirds have a home. And then later this fall, when we get towards winter, I will take that wooden post down, and the bluebird house is due for a replacement anyway.
Okay. Well,
so I'll put a new bluebird house up. So
it all worked out. There you go. Okay.
But it was sort of a surprise, though. Like I said, I barely nudged the post, and it just went.
Should we see who's alive this morning,
We
Gary?
should.
Okay, I'll tell you what. It's the 4th of July, but we are still doing trivia. Yes, we are live. 269-382-4280 is our number. Producer Steve is off today. In fact, he's up north, Mackinac City, where it's a lot cooler.
Yes.
Lucky.
Yes. I was looking at the weather this week up north in the Upper Peninsula. Even it was much more comfortable than down here. It was warm, but a lot more comfortable than here.
Well, he heads back here later today so we can get back into our soup. Anyway, like I said, 269-382-4280, trivia time. Gary has a question. First correct caller here will win. And just keep in mind, I'm running solo today, so be nice to me when you call. Okay?
So actually, my trivia question today involves a little four-legged critter that we see many of us have, and we've had numerous folks that have been trying to get them pushed out of their yard because they cause little damage. We're talking about eastern chipmunks. And I had to chuckle because when I pulled in the parking lot here at the studio, what do I see run across the driveway but a chipmunk?
Perfect.
And then it ran under Jim's car.
Well, okay.
So I thought maybe they were trying to hotwire his car and steal his car. Well, so hopefully it's out there after we get done with the show. Just saying.
They won't get much for it. Trust me.
So my question today regarding eastern chipmunks is, how many stripes do eastern chipmunks have?
How many stripes do eastern chipmunks have? 269-382-4280. First correct caller will win. Simple as that. And wouldn't you know it? Just like that, the phones light up. Good morning,
So we have people awake.
Yeah, good morning, WKZO. Who's this?
Hi, I'm Cheryl.
Cheryl?
Yep,
Cheryl.
I would say.
Hey, good morning. Happy 4th of July.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, let's fire off some more fireworks, shall we? Okay, sure, why not? Okay, so I'm just timing this thing out this morning. Okay, how many stripes does an eastern chipmunk have?
I would say 3.
Oh, you know what? That's close, but that's not actually the technical answer that I've seen.
Uh-oh, let's try it again there,
You're a
Cheryl.
little low.
All right. Okay. Thank
Okay,
you.
thanks, Cheryl. 269-382-4280. See what happened when I put off the fireworks? Got a wrong answer. I'll stop them right now.
You confused them.
Again, all right, and we have another, and I think I know who this is. Good morning, WKZO.
Good morning. Happy 4th of July.
Happy 4th of July. I bet this is Judy.
You got it.
Woohoo!
Thought it sounded like Judy.
There you go. Okay, how many stripes does an eastern chipmunk have?
5.
That is correct.
5.
So eastern chipmunks, and most of the chipmunks live in North America. Eastern chipmunks have a short, dense fur that's typically reddish brown or rust in color on top. There are 5 black stripes on the back, 1 down the center and 2 on each side. And actually, technically, there's 7 stripes, but we count the 5. 1 down the center and 2 on each side that outline a white stripe. So there's technically 7, but there's 5 black stripes or dark brown.
And that's what we're counting.
That's what I was looking for, is the 5 stripes.
Okay, there you go. Judy, you're our big
But
winner.
Thank you. If you guys have any ideas how to get rid of them, I will certainly listen.
Encourage some hawks nesting by.
Yeah. Encourage some hawks is what Gary just said. Bribe them somehow. I don't know how.
So we've got traps at Waddell's. We've got some repellents that work sometimes. The live traps but there's also some of the other traps that don't keep them alive. Sometimes they are a nuisance. They dig into a lot of beds and some plants, and they sometimes expose too much of the root system of those plants. And actually they're fun to watch, but then when they discover your bird feeders, that is not fun anymore.
Right. Okay, Judy, I need to get some information from you. Can you hold on?
Yes, thank you.
Excellent. I'm used to passing it now back over to Steve, but no Steve today.
Well, you can, but Steve's a long ways away.
Steve, Well, I'll text him. Can you take this? All right, I'll tell you what. We'll get some info from Judy. More Nature Watch coming up after this on WKZO.
Would you like to add a little more color to your life? Waddell's Nursery Florist and Garden Center has a great selection of perennial plants that will color up your outdoor living area year after year. This week, choose from Waddell's entire selection of more than 400 perennials. Buy 4, get 1 free. Many perennial plants will attract pollinators to your landscape like lavender, bee balm, salvia, and coneflowers. Waddell's has over 30 varieties and sizes of hostas in stock. Or for some contrasting red foliage and shady spots, get coral bells. Hummingbirds love them. Looking for something to bloom in an area that doesn't get much water? Try catmint with loads of purple flowers for most of the summer. Several types of daisies are available, including white blooming, yellow blooming, short and tall. Enjoy more color in your life and landscape with perennials from Waddell's Nursery Florist and Garden Center. And now through next Wednesday, they're all buy 4, get 1 free. Located on Texas Drive at the corner of Millam and 12th Street.
Kalamazoo's news and news makers, too.
Local news is like the most important stuff to me.
Kalamazoo Mornings with Ken Landfear
Your local community.
on WKZO.
Let's try this. 8:47.
Cue the music.
It's the 4th of July Nature Watch. I say it like Ric Flair. Nature Watch.
Crikey.
Yeah, well, all righty. Sure.
Interestingly, the drought monitor this last week, we had a little less in Michigan, so we got a little moisture in the upper peninsula towards the west end. So only 2.93% of the state was in the drought condition, that abnormally dry. Indiana and Ohio are 100% drought condition free, and they're the only states that are.
Oh. Okay.
I was surprised that we didn't have actually an increase because it was so dry, but there were some spotty showers and there was enough rain and moisture just to keep us out of that drought condition.
Okay.
We might be good for another week or two, but it's coming.
Tell you what, if you have any questions, you can give us a call, 269-382-4280, or you can text us to 80373. I do have an important question to ask. Is Waddell's open today?
They are.
Okay.
They are open 9 to 3.
Okay, you won't be there.
I am not. I have the day off after this.
I know you do, and I know what we're doing after this. So we planned it last week.
So,
we're going to breakfast, kids.
Yeah.
Boom.
Second breakfast for me. But,
Yeah. Well, you have a little more insulation than I do, so you know.
Well, yeah. Got to maintain that.
Right.
So some neat things coming up this next week. On Monday, on the July 6th at 1:30 Eastern Daylight Time, p.m., 1:30 p.m.
Eastern Daylight.
The Earth will reach aphelion, the point in its orbit farthest from the sun.
It sure doesn't feel like it.
So that's at 1:30. That typically happens about 2 weeks after the summer solstice, that we get the farthest point away from the sun.
Isn't that weird? You know,
It is.
We're sitting here like we've had enough of this, and yet the sun's farther away.
Some other items going on. July is Lakes Appreciation Month, so appreciate those months or those lakes. This month we have over 11,000 inland lakes here in Michigan and over 3,000 miles of shoreline, and they find the 5 Great Lakes. Michigan has more freshwater shoreline than any other state in the nation, and those Great Lakes actually include approximately 1,700 islands. 1,700. That's a lot of islands.
Uh-huh.
There's a lot of little tiny ones. So something that interesting you can talk about today when you're sitting around enjoying the humid weather out there, a little sticky. Today is also Hop a Park Day. So go out to a local park that you enjoy. Or plan on that. Grab a bottle of water. Make sure you got appropriate clothing for the weather, which is going to be sticky. and explore a park maybe that you haven't explored before. Coming up this next week on the 10th, Don't Step on a Bee Day. So next Friday. So today,
I think that's just common sense.
So today you should be mindful of the bees around. Bees can fly at approximately 20 miles an hour. So actually pretty fast.
Yeah, so don't make them mad.
So 9 out of 10 wild plants and 8 out of 10 global crop plants depend on animal pollination, so not just bees, because there are also beetles, and there are hummingbirds, and there are some bats that pollinate.
Yeah.
Approximately 1/3 of the food that we eat depends on pollinators, such as bees. And so you want to plant a wide range of flowers in your gardens that attract those pollinators to help everything else out that you grow. So if you have a chance, do that. If you were on the east side of the state, earlier this week they posted in Port Huron a massive fish fly or mayfly tsunami. And actually the fish fly or mayfly cluster and big group of insects showed up on radar. So pretty impressive to see that on radar, all those mayflies.
Okay.
Not fun when if you have to drive through them. I remember in years past that they've had to close down roads because there's so many mayflies on the roads.
Isn't that
they get
wild? Isn't that wild?
So some other events coming up this week. Today, the Kalamazoo Nature Center is free admission. There is no visitor center open, though, so plan appropriately.
Right.
The trails are open.
So what you're saying, limited staff. Would be.
Basically no staff. I think the gates can be open. And
I think somebody's got to be there.
Well, there might be somebody there, but I'm going to guess that the restrooms are not open either.
Right. Well, yeah.
So,
yeah.
There's coming up this next week, the Kellogg Bird Sanctuary on Wednesday from 10 to 11 has another Birds and Coffee online chat. They're going to be talking about bug-eating birds. Lisa Duke, the Bird Sanctuary manager, is going to be talking about bug-eating birds. Register for that ahead of time so you can get the link. And those are always fun to listen to. Kalamazoo Nature Center next week on Saturday has another with the Kalamazoo Astronomical Society Saturday evening has another public observing session that starts at 9:30 p.m. They're going to be looking at the Super Summer Nebula. And earlier that day, on the 11th, from 12 to 1:30, the part of the Terry Todd International Speaker Series, they're going to have a discussion about night magic, and they're going to have best-selling author Leanne Heinian as part of, I hope I pronounced Leanne's name. It's either Heinian or Hennian. She had written a book on night magic, and they had a picture of the book there. The little subtitle is Adventures Among Glowworms, Moon Gardens, and Other Marvels of the Dark. And so she's going to be talking about exploring nocturnal life happening all around us, including bioluminescent insects, migratory salamanders. She's going to be talking about all her studies of the night and the beauty that sits just past sunset. And then later that day, from 9 to 10:30 p.m., they're going to do a night magic hike. And you need to register ahead of time for that. There's a commission cost for that. The earlier with the speaker series, that is included with your typical admission. And but the night magic hike with Leanne, that'd be fun to do. So if you're looking for something fun to do next weekend.
Yeah.
And on Sunday at the Nature Center, they're going to do a soil life exploration. So that's from 2 to 3 p.m. at the Delano Farm. And basically going to look at examining the soil there to see how much life finds home in the ground beneath our feet, and talk about how all those bugs help us and our ecosystem.
Yeah. Jack Price just said Happy 4th of July to both of us.
Oh.
By text, by the way.
Thanks, Jack. So actually, I have to chuckle a little bit. So remember a few shows ago, we had somebody text in at the end of the show that they inquired whether other birds get upset because the hummingbirds don't know the words. That was Jack, and he didn't sign it that time, but he let me know.
I remember. I know.
He admitted after that. So I heard this rumble from a little bird told me that someone was thinking of starting to head up a possibly academy for teaching songs and notes to hummingbirds and some words. And I thought Jack might head that up or so. So maybe we'll find some more information about that here in the future.
Okay.
Congratulations, Jack. So with the 4th of July, something to be cognizant of, besides pets and veterans that may be suffering from PTSD or other folks, wildlife also gets affected by all that noise and flashing lights. And sometimes if those fireworks are set off near bird colonies or so, sometimes the birds, it drives them away. They fly into buildings if there's enough of them upset, and sometimes to their demise. But they sometimes also abandon nests in that, and they never come back. So be aware of where you're doing if you're doing fireworks, and do them safely. Maybe encourage your community to do some drone shows. Those drone shows are actually fantastic. And don't have to worry about the birds quite so much then.
Right.
While you're out and about, watch for ticks. There's still a lot of ticks around.
It's just going to be a weekly warning until we have snow.
But also keep an eye out. The DNR is asking folks to keep an eye out for spotted lanternfly because they keep expanding. And besides those other invasive spotted lanternfly, they are trying to keep an eye out for that. So if you see those, make sure you report it. Follow the rules of see it, squish it, report it, but make sure you get a photo before you squish it.
Now, there was a video, and I shared it with you, about someone that claims that milkweed could possibly deter or kill.
Yeah, so they're actually studying that. Nothing definite yet on that, but they're actually studying that possibility that the milkweed sap may kill some of the spotted lanternfly. So maybe we'll have a cure from Mother Nature to help control some of that.
Right.
So we'll see.
Right. I thought it was very interesting. I'm like, it can't be that easy because it would have been taken care of a long time.
Yeah, so I have a feeling that they may find it has some effect, but probably not a lot of effect, mainly because the spotted lanternfly larvae just don't eat milkweed, nor do the adults. Just because they have so many other plants that they like, and it's like, why would they want to eat milkweed?
Right.
And then plants show stress too from the heat, just like we do, just animals do. So we always make sure we have our pets water and everything. Make sure you have water out for the birds. and the other little critters, if you want some other little critters around. So anytime you have temperatures that exceed 90 degrees Fahrenheit for an extended period of time, plants show a lot of heat stress. So make sure you've got that water out there, a bird bath or a water feature for the birds to stay hydrated and keep cool. Have some shade areas with bird habitat. Birds like staying in the shade in those hot days. And for those hummingbirds and some of the other pollinators, have some shade-loving plants that have blooms in summer during those hot times. So they've got some cool areas for the hummingbirds to actually feed and not have to go, maybe put your hummingbird feeder in the shady area for a while, just to give them a little cooler spot to feed.
Yeah, not a bad idea.
So you can do that in the morning when it's really cool, so you don't have to sweat when you put it out there. But make sure you change that frequently, because the heat, that nectar in the hummingbird feeder tends to ferment quite rapidly. So you don't want to have that make the hummingbirds ill. And so make sure you clean those very frequently too.
You would figure all that sugar water, Whoop-oo.
Yeah, so all that sugar and that nectar, they just really just can ferment pretty fast in the heat. Yeah, so
there
you usually say about every 2 to 3 days maximum, you should change that out. And clean your feeder every time you change it out, just because with this heat and humidity, you get lots of little mold growing here and there.
Right.
So I'll make sure to keep those hummingbirds healthy.
Now, if you're shooting off fireworks, be safe, everyone. Be very safe. We do appreciate it.
Yes.
All right. Gary, I'm hungry. Actually, thank you, sir. Appreciate it. And thank you for listening to this edition of Nature Watch. Tune in each Saturday morning at 8:30 for Nature Watch. Brought to you by Waddell's Nursery, Floral Garden, and Bird Center at the corner of 12th Street and Millam Road. National and local news is up next, and then a pre-recorded edition of Over the Garden Fence coming up here on 590 and 106.9 FM WKZO.